Today is the day we're going to pick turnip greens. We're going to go through and show you exactly how I harvest them, and then I'm going to give you all the ingredients that we use to put in our turnip greens to make them taste great. Now, there's a couple of ways you can harvest these. You can use a pair of scissors. I like to use a knife, or you can just pinch them off. So the easiest way is just to get you a handful and just run your knife through them. Now, one thing you want to try to avoid is when you pick them, try not to get the long stem on them, because you end up having to cut those off. So that's what you want. So you just go through here and just cut handful at a time. Now, I think this bed here has the mustard mixed in with it. I'm not sure. We do mix the mustard greens in with the turnips. And there's a leftover potato, because we did grow potatoes in this bed. But once you come through here and harvest, it's just a matter of just cutting the tops off. These we'll put back on, and they will, you'll be able to harvest again and again. Usually you can get 3 or 4 good harvests off each one of them. And it does take a lot of leaves, the turnips, the leaves, the green part of the turnips, to actually make a lot of end product for you. That's why we plant so many of them. But we really like them that size here. It's what they call tender greens. If you've ever eaten turnip greens, take a cold winter day and some cornbread, and you got yourself a treat. We love turnip greens. I really believe turnip greens could be considered a survival crop, and probably are. I had never really looked it up. Now, one thing I will tell you about turnip greens, they are high in antioxidants. They're really good. A cooked cup of turnip greens is all you need to get all your daily vitamins that you need. If you've seen the other video that we did on planting these, you can see now why we plant them thick. If we do find turnips, we will eat them, but we don't necessarily grow them just for the turnips. We like the greens better than we do the turnips, but we will add turnips into them if we find them. Now, it takes quite a few turnip greens to make a mess, as we call them. It's what I always grew up calling, to make a mess, to make a good amount for supper or for you to put up. We usually do them in big pots so that we can put them up and freeze them, vacuum seal them and freeze them. Now, what we do, this is not one of those things that you can just grab and go and cook it real quick and have it for supper. It takes some time to cook these down so they're nice and tender. So what we do, once you get them all washed up real good and you put them in your pot, we mix water and chicken bouillon. We make a mixture of that and we cover the greens in it. Then we will add minced garlic, minced onions, and some olive oil and brown sugar. Yes, brown sugar. That just takes it over the top, guys. Now, how much do you put in? Well, it depends on your taste and the amount of turnip greens that you are cooking at one time. So you'll have to play around with the recipe till you get it. You'll have to play around with the recipe until you get the flavor the way you like it. And once you get it, guys, you will not go back to anything else other than eating turnip greens in the wintertime and early spring too. They don't like the hot summer, but early spring, winter, and in the fall, absolutely it's time for it to. Well, we're going to get a few more picked to fill this bushel basket up, and then we're going to go get them started. I had several requests on how to pick them, people that's new to garden, so figured we would go through the actual process of harvesting the turnip greens and what we use to actually put in the turnip greens to make them taste so good. And these raised beds, if you've got raised beds in your garden that don't have anything in them, put turnip greens in them. They're good to eat and they look good in the wintertime when you're looking out, nothing else is green, and you see these turnip greens shining. And guys, remember, if you grow it, you know it.